brilliancy at the end, but a brilliancy I think everyone would play. You cannot give up that b7 pawn with check, and what a tough position. And honestly, a heads-up sacrifice from Fabi, who was behind and losing. He decided to sack his queen. It was the best practical decision, Dan.
What a wild game, and what a wild match we have. It's almost like we scripted it. Obviously, we did not, but the fact that we talked about Pragg overcoming a 2.5, 1.5 lead halfway through the 5-1 portion, and Fabi just did the exact same thing. I mean, this is it. It literally is writing itself here for this one to be super dramatic all the way to the end.
Yeah, look at this. I was actually about to call for the chess.com prediction model because I wanted to see the beautiful colored squiggly lines going up and down, and look at them.
Yeah.
Look at them squiggle. It is an incredible match. Anytime you see the win percentage or chance just fluctuate from 50 to 70%, back down 30%, you've got an amazing match on your hands.
Yeah, and remember, the pre-match prediction, as you can see, was very, very close to 50-50. That's where it started. So this is one of those really, really rare occasions where the simulation model we ran, running this match, however many hundreds, thousands of times we did, suggested that the match is going to go to overtime more often than not. So if that happens today, free chess for all of us.
Yeah, bishop f4. I was about to say, this is the square you want to be on. A massive achievement here. This is exactly what you would want. I think they had a previous game that looked like this, and I was trying to get my pieces here. A5 is always a consideration because of the A pawn. So what is happening here is that you don't need to play A5 right away, but you're always threatening it. So black can never move the rook from A8.
Yeah. I love Pragg's position here, like you said. The other game, he didn't
looks
quite
almost
get
like
the
problem. Sorry,
yeah,
I'm just thinking like you have to play knight back to b8 because this I was actually looking at b4 and knight d7.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you. I was going to say the same thing. The knight d7 fork forces this problem, but instead Pragg plays the very slow move h3, just missing this. Maybe.
Yeah, there's no bishop takes e5. Actually, maybe there is, because you could take on e5 and then pawn takes on c5, queen c5. So basically, I think h3 is saying my position is so good, I don't need to play a loose move like b4, which may or may not work, but he's just making a smart blitz decision where it's like, let me make this amazing h3 move, rook e1. Like, I have so many good moves to make. White is just clearly better that he doesn't want to risk a tactic maybe not working out completely, because making a regular move, he still has just an overwhelming advantage.
Yeah, you're right. And obviously easier for us to say with the eval bar, but b4 met by knight e6 would have attacked the bishop. And if you play knight d7, there's take with the tempo on the queen. So anyway, just human passing the smell test. You can understand why he made the safe blitz move. At the same time, black is still holding, and white has not delivered a knockout punch yet. And will he have a better one than what he already had?
Yeah, it's a good question. I'm still, wondering about b4, but it's because it's been passed up already. I feel like it's almost, it becomes less tempting to go for it later because you've already kind of given it a look and said, no, I don't really trust that. So it feels unlikely to go back to it.
Yeah. And still, if you're unlikely to go back to it, and if it is missed, then white has been better for a long time, and there's only so many times you can look at a beautiful position without eventually it starts to change. So at some point here, what is it? You got to get something on the diagonal. By the way, like knight e6 is an idea, but I wonder if knight takes f7 would be possible in some of those positions. So crazy stuff here.
Yeah, and queen takes b5. There might just be bishop takes f7 with a whole bunch of different kind of tactics lurking in the position. So bishop a2 is, again, one of those undeserved question marks there, because I thought that was a pretty logical move and nothing is hanging in the position. So incredibly tempting.
Yeah, agreed. Here, there's just got to be some sort of tactics on the diagonal, on the file, highlighting a diagonal and highlighting a file and thinking about the diagonal. I'm Freudian slipping because both are on the mind. All right, he plays knight to g4, open up kind of, I guess, just a simple idea.
Yeah, knight h6 is also a way to just pick up the dark square bishop that might annoy you. So I understand knight f5 getting out of both of those ideas. But look, Prague is keeping the game simple. He's not trying to overcommit for tactics, and believe me, he's an amazing calculator. He sees the possibilities, but he also recognizes it's a blitz game. He's not going to sink a minute into a tactic when not playing the tactic. He still has a good position. He's just looking to trade knights. Bishop takes on e3, a7 pawn loose. White is just better without the tactics.
Yeah, and I wonder if he could have taken first, by the way, and then moved the bishop. But okay, he doesn't. It was understandably risky from a human eye point of view. But the bishop pair is huge. The a7 pawn is weak. Just especially under 30 seconds. Very unlikely, it feels like, for Fabi to hold on here.
Yeah, a7 pawn loose. If you take the queen on c4, so queen b8. I'm wondering what the follow-up is here. Bishop f4. I'm not sure if it's enough because you can interpose on the e5 square.
Okay, he goes for it, but as you said, bishop e5 and pawn e5 may be possible. Yeah, he plays bishop e5. A simplification would just be very welcomed for Fabi right now. Get these pieces off the board so I can defend.
Yep. Yeah, it's not even about losing a pawn, and he goes back. I think that's the right decision. As black, I start to wonder about bishop d6. Does he bring the bishop back the other way? He makes a great move e6, just killing that diagonal.
Yeah, great move, and you might even be able to move the knight now and use the d5 square. This advantage has slipped, and the time advantage is slipping with it. So Prague has gotta find a way to convert on this pressure. Otherwise, like we said, it's just pretty to look at, but not doing anything.
Okay, there's some kind of loose pieces here. Rook c8. I was wondering about. Okay, bishop back to c2. Okay. The pieces are recoiling a little bit, and I think this is playing into the knight's hands. So let's see if he can drum up some counterplay now.
Yeah. White finally wins this weak but elusive a7 pawn, but will it be enough? Because the knight is just so much happier than it was earlier. So I kind of like Fabi's chances to hold here more than I did before. Maybe wrong
d4,
by that.
Queen d8.
He's going to trade.
You can just grab that pawn.
Much better than trading. Yeah, duh. Okay.
Now, I don't think queen d4 is enough.
Yeah, you don't want to let the knight blockade on the dark squares.
Feels,
loses. Okay,
tough decision.
Here comes
time low. You bail out, Danny. I'm thinking about it. Oh, that's not the move.
Fabi just missed a chance for a draw. Queen c2, queen b1, and queen. I think there was some sort of odd perpetual there.
Yeah, he almost couldn't believe this is over. The knight